Hey guys, hello, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Kate, and I make ASMR content. If you're not already subscribed, I would love to have you join. So happy you're here today. Today I'm doing a lo-fi video, just no microphone on my phone. My posture is weird because of the way the camera is set up, but, yeah, I'm heading out a little bit, and my bangs are dry and styled, but the rest of my hair is wet. I don't know when I'm leaving my house yet, so if it dries, I will probably quickly style it, and if it's not, I will just put it in a bun. I have it clipped right now. I'm gonna actually, if I want it to dry, I should probably let it be down, but it's just a mess because it's wet. Anyways, I'm going out tonight. I finished my last final today, my last final exam of the semester. So I officially only have one more semester of law school left until I graduate. So my boyfriend and I are going out tonight to celebrate. He's in law school with me too. But he's at his work dinner or holiday party situation right now. They're out to dinner and then they're all going to a bar afterwards, but they're still at dinner. So I'm just sort of like started to get ready, waiting to hear back from him. And yeah, sorry, I like can't even look at the hair looks crazy, so I'm just pinning it back here. I'm just clipping it because I just can't like look at it. Anyways, so I'm gonna be going to dinner at some point, but I'm just like ready and just kind of hanging around. So I figured I would just film. So as you can tell from the title, we're gonna do the Am I the Asshole Reddit trend. I've seen this everywhere. We all know I love them. I haven't read any of these in advance, so I'm just gonna scroll through and see if there's any good ones, and I'll weigh in. And you weigh in the comments, please. Okay. Okay, I like the title of this one. Am I the asshole for laughing at my brother's girlfriend after she asked why none of us like her? Well, off the bat, probably yes, but let's see why none of you like her. My 20 female's brother, 23 male, has been with his girlfriend, 22 female, for a year. She is one of the most passive-aggressive, snarky people you'll ever meet. Her middle name is Petty. The thing that caused our family to keep her at arm's length was when she got mad at our mom for accommodating our younger sister's autism and not force-feeding her, as well as allowing her to read at the table, something that calms her down. She got on mom's arse for enabling an entitled brat, so obviously this is a British gal. Another example was when my mom supported my brother's decision to get the tattoo he had been saving up for years. Jane proceeded to call mom up to complain that she made the deposit with his hard-earned saved money and had an appointment set. She told mom she wasn't going to allow this emotional incest anymore, and that she's happy to make an appointment for all of us for family therapy, as this enmeshment is making her uncomfortable. She has continued to make comments like these, specifically to mom, and it's disgusting how little respect she has for pretty much everyone but herself. She has not been invited to Christmas this year, but Mark is. It's unclear what they're planning to do yet. A few days ago, Jane called me as mom had blocked her. She said she was 3 months pregnant and went on a long rant about the family dynamic. She then asked, "Why don't you all like me?" I laughed out of pure shock and asked if she was serious. She didn't even respond, just said, I'll call you when you're in the mood to be more mature, and hung up. I told Mom about the situation and she's on my side, but Mark is fuming at me for laughing at Jane's question and angry at Mom for being on my side. Mom just told me that he needs to talk to Jane about her constant comments and insults, and she's expecting an apology. Mark won't talk to me, and Jane blocked my number. Am I the asshole? Okay. First of all, your brother's 23 and the girlfriend is 22. So obviously they just need to break up. Here's the thing, like, I am really independent of my family. I don't live near them, and I also am really private about my romantic relationships. But I don't really care if my family isn't like obsessed with my partner. But like, if my family hated my partner, I don't know that I could date them. Like, I don't think I could be with them. That's just like such a deal breaker. So I'm confused why everyone hates the girlfriend, and Mark, it's in here that the brother's name is Mark. That Mark's like, whatever. The girlfriend seems super unhinged and also like deeply insecure. I don't think you're an asshole for laughing, because I think, like you said, you were out of pure shock. I don't think you were trying to like make fun of her. It's a sensitive situation, and like also if your mom's blocked her, I mean, she knows what the situation is. So I don't know. I don't think that you're the asshole. I think maybe you could have handled it better, but Mark won't talk to me and Jane blocked my number. Girl, Mark will figure this out and move on without her. That's so crazy. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that I'm jealous of her life within earshot of my husband? Based on that, I don't think that you're the asshole, but that is really uncomfy. Let's see why. Long story short, I'm 30 and I have a 1-year-old baby and a husband. We live a comfortable, boring life in the suburbs. I have a younger sister who's 25 and lives a big city life. She is single, has her own apartment, and goes out often with a gaggle of friends. My husband was born to be a dad and live a quiet life. He's been wearing New Balances and cargo shorts since I met him, and staying home, playing video games, caring for our family, and tending to his vegetable garden. Whenever I hear video games, I'm triggered, sorry. I also tend towards introversion, and for the most part, I like my life, but ever since we had our baby, I've been stir crazy, wishing that I had more of a fun life as a young person. I have hobbies and a career and all that, but no social life or anything. Note, having a baby didn't change my social life. I've never really had one. Never dated either, just my husband at 30. That's crazy. Anyway, my sister and I were talking on the phone. She was telling me some story about a party she went to. I said, God, I'm jealous of you sometimes. And my husband overheard. After the call, he said, it's like I have one foot out the door, and asked if I even wanted this life. I said, of course I did, and it was normal to have occasional regrets. I feel like an asshole for saying this knowing he was nearby, but I honestly didn't think it was a huge deal. Am I the asshole? No. I think telling your sister sometimes I'm jealous of your life. Like, she's younger than you. She lives in a city. She has a more carefree type of lifestyle that you don't have. But also, like, I don't think it doesn't sound like you want her life, you know? Like, it sounds like you didn't really ever have a big social life, so maybe that's something you're seeing and be like, oh, I should have done that. But maybe you can make, like, mom friends? Work friends? I don't know. Also, like, the husband's probably just hurt. Like, your husband's probably just has his feelings hurt because he said that. But I understand why he would have his feelings hurt, but also it's, like, not that deep. Unless it is, in which case, talk about it. But, like, I definitely don't think you're the asshole. For sure. Okay. Okay. Oh, this one's so long. That's okay. Well, we'll do it anyways. I like the title. Am I the asshole for requesting distance from my adult daughter after a very disrespectful lie she told in our home? My adult daughter, 35, lives across the country but comes for visits of 1 to 2 weeks each December and during the summer to visit with family. These are our times to catch up and spend time together. She does not plan for marriage or children, but she has a boyfriend she's lived with for a few years, and we all know accidents can happen. She also tends to be a heavy drinker during her visits, kind of a wild child. How old is she? 35. Okay. We are a drinking family, but her siblings have all cut back since having kids. We've cut back as we got older ourselves, so she always drinks more than us now. She arrived yesterday to visit until Christmas. Her siblings and nieces and nephews all showed up to greet her. My wife was pouring wine to sit down for a chat. My daughter turned it down, which was surprising. As the night continued, she turned down drink after drink, and we were surprised every time. She wouldn't give us a reason, so my wife thought to ask if she was pregnant. That's literally so rude. A reasonable explanation for the sudden change when we have no other information. That is, you can't just ask people that. Like, if she was pregnant and wanted to tell you, she would have told you. And if she's pregnant and didn't tell you, it's because she didn't want to share it. Why would you put somebody on the spot like that? Anyways. She denied and denied, but something felt strange. Eventually, my wife put a glass of wine for her on the table and said, if you aren't pregnant, have this drink. My daughter was in an angry mood, but picked up the glass and said, okay, you got me. I am pregnant. Let's give this kid some fetal alcohol syndrome, and down the glass in 2 gulps. The entire room was horrified and we all erupted. She smugly waited almost 5 minutes before admitting she wasn't pregnant, then said she was feeling angry and wanted to upset us for a moment. Honestly, go off. This seems unacceptable. She had us thinking she was harming a child as a joke, not even funny, not even as a joke, especially when we have so many other kids around for the holidays. Our grandkids from other children. Okay, saying it in front of kids, maybe not great, but we, her mother and I, have now requested if she will spend a few days with one of her brothers for a few days, because we feel disgusted by her prank on us and find it hard to feel calm when seeing her. Okay. We are not asking her to leave town or uninviting her from Christmas. We just need a few days to cool down. She agreed to go to one of her brother's homes, but has made it clear she thinks we are in the wrong. She wants an apology, but so do me and her mother from her. I think this is a small fight that will blow over even without apologies if we just wait it out. Am I the asshole? Yes. Yes, you are. You're the asshole. You pushed. She came back with a joke that I think is funny, and now you're being an asshole by also kicking her out of your house when you were in the wrong to begin with. So, sound off in the comments if you disagree, but also, like, how could you disagree? Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my sister and her husband stay at my place? I love the family drama so much. So I, 25 female, own a 3-room apartment where I live alone. Go off. It's excessive, but I have the funds to do so I don't mind. My sister, Jane, 29 female, and her husband, Max, 30 male, live abroad. They're coming over for the holidays like every year, but for some context, I didn't get along well with Max. Jane and Max have known each other since high school, and Max will come over every month as a family bonding session. What does that mean? Max would always pass passive-aggressive comments about me, my appearance, my possessions, whatever he saw. I had severe acne in junior high school, and he always bugged me and passed comments to me for that. When I first bought my house, I converted one of the 3 rooms into a personal office. I'm a small business owner, and I also work full-time, so I need the space. They were invited to a housewarming, and he said something along the lines of, I'm sure you're a scam like other small businesses. You just want to look cool by having a home office. Max and Jane usually stay at my parents' house, but due to renovations, they cannot be accommodated. My parents asked me to accommodate them in my guest bedroom. I refused without second thought because I don't want to have a person who constantly makes me uncomfortable stay in my house for more than a week. Plus, I go to work and I wouldn't want to leave my house under their supervision. Jane and my parents called me an asshole for being unhelpful and rude. Max said, this is why Jane is the favorite. I couldn't understand why he used to butt in every time, but Jane also doesn't talk to him about his behavior, so that's that. Jane called me a bitch for always bickering with her husband and that I should stay away from him. Am I the asshole? Girl, no, here's the deal. Listen, when it comes to people staying in your home, I don't care who it is. You are never obligated to let somebody stay in your space. Like, even if you didn't have an issue with the boyfriend or the husband, Even if you didn't have an issue with the husband, you are well within your right to say, I'm sorry, I just can't accommodate. For a week? A week is crazy. I don't care how big your place is. A week is crazy. And no, that guy's an asshole. And your sister's an asshole for letting him talk to you like that. I would never let, like, a partner talk to my sister like that. Wait, what? Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay a friend who paid for my wedding dress? What do you mean? Okay. I was looking to buy this. I don't like when they don't immediately say how old they are because I feel like that gives context, but I was looking to buy this dress from a brand in NYC. Because I'm not based there, the only option was to go through a retailer where I'm based, and that would cost $2.4K excluding alterations. Okay, $2,400. I found a listing from Still White, and it was the exact dress I wanted in my size and brand new. The previous owner had canceled her wedding for $900. Okay, $2,400, $900. Good deal. My longtime friend from school, S, who happened to be in New York at the time, agreed to pick it up for me and bring it back with her to where I'm based, where she is also from. I was really grateful and happy, and I was even intending to gift her $100 on top of the Uber rides to and from the place I said I would reimburse as my token of appreciation. However, my joy turned to shock, horror, dismay, belief when I saw S's Instagram story showcasing her trying on my wedding dress. No, she didn't. I called her out for it, telling her I wasn't happy. She not only tried it without my permission, but posted it for the public to see. She didn't take it down even after a conversation we had about this. To make matters worse, she admitted she collected the dress posing as me. Okay. Through an email bill later, I noticed that the dress had also been altered, WTF, on the spot, all without my knowledge or consent. When confronted, S nonchalantly stated that it was her one chance to try a wedding gown and insisted I should get over it and reimburse her the $900 she paid for the dress. My wedding dress experience was entirely hijacked. I'm now hesitant to pay her back. This all happened yesterday, and she reached out today to ask for the money back and told me to get over it because she needs to make a big purchase tomorrow and it would help her cash flow. Since she wants it so bad, she can now have it. Am I the asshole? Okay. Yeah, the fact that she had it altered, that's her dress. She had it altered to fit her, then that's her dress. And also, she's not your friend. It's my one chance to try. Girl, go try on a wedding dress by yourself. Like, that's so crazy. I can't even imagine what would possess somebody to do that. Kind of reminds me of this girl that I was really close friends with all through middle school and beginning of high school, and then she like stole my boyfriend. Well, it was his fault just as much as it was hers, you know, not woman shaming. But when I confronted her about it, she was like, what, guys always like you, like this was my one chance. Guys never liked me. And I was like, but this one's like my boyfriend. And I'd been dating him for over a year, which in high school time is crazy. So that like reminds me of this. No, girl, you're not the asshole. Your friend's the asshole, and I would block her ass. Oh, this is so long, but let's do it. Okay. Am I the asshole for canceling the babysitter after my wife decided not to attend my work holiday party? Let's see. My 38 male work held our annual party last Friday, annual holiday party. It was held at one of those axe throwing places, which I had never done before, so I figured it would be pretty fun. My wife, 36 female, and I have 3 kids, 10, 8, and 5. So we don't get out of the house for dates very often. The holiday party was planned almost 2 months ago, and my wife agreed to attend with me. I suggested we make it more of a date by either going out for drinks after the party or catching a late night movie. She thought this was a good idea too. I also arranged for a babysitter to come watch the kids for that night. The day of the party, my wife got home from work and told me that she had a horrible day and was in a bad space mentally, so she didn't want to come to the party. I told her I was disappointed, but I understand if she wants to stay home. As I was getting myself ready to head to the party, I called the babysitter and canceled. I apologized to her and offered to Venmo her an hour's worth for our agreed rate, $30. That's a high rate for a babysitter, to compensate for the cancellation, and she agreed that was reasonable. As I was getting ready to leave, my wife asked when the babysitter was going to come. I kind of looked at her funny and told her I just canceled the babysitter because she was no longer coming with me. She got mad at me and told me I knew she had a bad day and was in a bad mental state and needed some time to herself. I told her that I had assumed none of that meant she was incapable of watching our kids, and that I didn't think having the babysitter come when my wife was still home made any sense at all. Okay, I'm on the fence. She told me to call her back and see if she could still come and watch the kids. I told her if she wanted to do that, she can do it, but I'm not going to. She tried to argue with me about it, but I told her I had to leave for the party. While I was at the party, she sent me multiple texts about how the kids were driving her nuts and that the babysitter didn't answer her calls and she needed me to come home. She kept blowing up my phone, and I eventually left the party over an hour early to go home. When I got there, she kept arguing with me about how I was an asshole for canceling the babysitter when I knew she had a rough day. I told her I was not going to pay a babysitter just so that my wife can rest after a bad day. I told her she could have just thrown a movie on for the kids and relaxed. I told her she was the one who ruined our potential night out, and that having a bad day at work is not a good enough reason to pay a babysitter $150 to $200. She still thinks I was an asshole for canceling the babysitter without talking to her first, and she's still mad at me for it. I don't think that was an unreasonable assumption to make, considering that there have been plenty of times when I've had a bad day and I am still 100% capable of watching the kids by myself while my wife leaves the house. Okay, I don't think you're the asshole, but I don't think your wife's the asshole either. I think if there would have been some communication, this fight wouldn't have even happened. Like, I don't know. I'm an introvert. When I'm having a bad mental health day, you can't take me out of the house for nothing. And so if she thought there was gonna be a babysitter, she probably had a lot of like relief that she could just like rest, lay in bed if she didn't feel good. But I also understand you canceling the babysitter and not spending the money on it when your wife's gonna be home and she could have just like put a movie on. I think if you just talked to her before you canceled the babysitter and you could have had a discussion about it then, I think that would have changed her expectations. If she was expecting there to be help and then all of a sudden there wasn't, I can understand why she would be upset. But I don't think you're the asshole, and I don't think you intended to be the asshole. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Okay, last one. It's nice and short. Am I the asshole for going to a concert my partner wanted to go to but couldn't afford? I don't know, this one's tough for me, just based on the title. It just depends, let's see. A band my partner and I really like came to town. A couple of my friends were going and we really wanted to go, but couldn't afford tickets. About 20 minutes before doors, I got a call from a friend that they had an extra ticket and would come pick me up if I wanted to go. I said yes. When I hung up, I told my partner what they said, and she got a little upset at me, saying it's not right for me to go if she couldn't go, and her having to spend the night alone while I go watch one of our favorite bands. I did it anyway, and she was a little sour at me the next day, but it blew over. I thought she was being unreasonable. My friends were divided. Am I the asshole? I don't think that you're the asshole, but I don't think that that was the right choice. Yeah, that's really tough. I've been in relationships before where there's lots of things I wanted to do, and I had partners that could not afford to do them. And I usually would sit stuff like that out, but also I was not really that satisfied when I would do that. So honestly, could you not afford to have bought one ticket? Was it sold out? Like, I just think going, like, especially if it was 20 minutes before doors opened, I would have just said no. Like, you already weren't planning on going, and there was only one ticket. So like going without your partner and like leaving them at home to a concert they specifically wanted to go to feels like not the right move. I would be mad. I would be mad too. But I also understand you wanting to go. But like, yeah, I feel like that's something that's gonna come up in future fights. I feel like that was just not the right move for you. Which seems like maybe you know that. Yeah, like if it was a friend or something, it's different, but that's your partner. And you did something that they wanted to do without them, regardless of the reasons, and just like left them at home. So that's my thoughts. Well, let me know what you guys thought down below. If you want to leave your own "Am I the Asshole" for my response, I will give you one. I would love a video like this where like if I got to a point where I had enough subscribers that like would send me them or something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the lo-fi. There's a lot of sounds going on because it's a Friday evening. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.